Metroid Fusion is an action-adventure game in which the player controls Samus Aran. Like previous games in the series, Fusion is set in a large open-ended world with elevators that connect regions, which each in turn contains rooms separated by doors. Samus opens most doors by shooting at them, while some only open after she reaches a certain point. The way the game unfolds is more linear than other Metroid games, due to its focus on storyline. For example, Fusion introduces navigation rooms, which tell the player where to go. The gameplay involves solving puzzles to uncover secrets, platform jumping, shooting enemies, and searching for power-ups that allow Samus to reach new areas. Samus can absorb X-parasites, which restore health, missiles, and bombs. Power-ups are obtained by downloading them in data rooms or absorbing a Core X, which appears after defeating a boss. The game includes features new to the franchise, such as the ability to grab ledges and climb ladders. The player can use the GameCube, Game Boy Advance link cable to connect to Fusion and unlock features in Prime. After completing Prime, they can unlock Samus's Fusion suit, and after completing Fusion, they can unlock an emulated version of the first Metroid game. In Metroid Zero Mission 2004, players can connect to Fusion using the Game Boy Advance Game Link cable to unlock a Fusion picture gallery, which includes its ending images. Metroid Fusion received universal acclaim, according to review aggregator Metacritic. Japanese game magazine Famitsu gave it 34 out of 40. XBlade claimed that it was a pleasure to play and praised its beautiful graphics and audio. The game satisfied IGN, which appreciated the lengthy minimum of 10 to 12 hours of playtime required to complete the game, further hailing it as an outstanding achievement on the Game Boy Advance. Games Radar and Game Pro, however, felt that the game was a little short, but still loved every minute of it, finding the hidden secrets and new power-ups sublimely ingenious. The sentiment was shared with GameSpot, which was disappointed that the game ended so soon, but still said that Metroid fans would pick up this title and enjoy it. Nintendo World Report and Eurogamer were excited about the game, both calling it the best 2D Metroid game and the best Game Boy Advance game so far. Video game magazine Game Informer agreed, describing the game as everything you could want from a Game Boy Advance game from beginning to end, giving it a perfect review score. Play also enjoyed the game, describing it as a magnified, modified, and improved version of everything great from Metroid and Super Metroid. Comparing the game to Super Metroid, GameSpot thought that Metroid Fusion offered that game's best qualities packaged in a new adventure. Nintendo Power heralded it as a return to the classic Metroid action gameplay style. The perfect controls were praised by Electronic Gaming Monthly. The game did not feel new to GameSpy, which complained that even the final enemy encounter draws heavy inspiration from Super Metroid. GameZone found that the small screen was a poor environment in which to play Metroid Fusion, but they ultimately still found it an exciting game. Metroid Fusion received several accolades. It was named Handheld Game of the Year at the 2002 Interactive Achievement Awards. The game was also chosen as Best Game Boy Advance Adventure Game by IGN and Best Action Game on Game Boy Advance by GameSpot, which had named it the handheld's Best Game of November 2002 earlier in the year. It was a runner-up for GameSpot's annual Best Sound, Best Graphics, Best Story, and overall Game of the Year awards among Game Boy Advance games. In 2009, official Nintendo magazine called the game was sleek, slick, and perfectly formed, ranking it 62nd on a list of greatest Nintendo games.